He's grooving it out, man.
It's just a party.
All right, guys, we're grooving out to Despacito.
That's right. We stay current.
We stay current. My main man, Justin. I'm a believer.
Is this on loop or is this?
Yeah, just like
is this on loop?
No.
Okay.
Anyways, hey everybody, I am here with two very cool dudes who just flew in from.
Well,
you flew in from Scottsdale, and you came in from.
I was here before that.
Yeah, so Boston, right?
Boston. All right, so now they're out on the West Coast. I'm showing them around Playa Vista. I'm showing them Facebook Live. They've never done a Facebook Live.
First timers.
We are popping your Facebook Live cherry today. So welcome. So right here, people are joining. Patricia Smith just joined the Facebook Live.
Interesting.
So we're building an audience. People are joining.
3 viewers,
right?
it's 3 of us.
Yeah, all right, there we go.
It's a good number. We should just keep it with this.
It's
Let's lock it down.
So anyways, so we titled this one Investing, Finance, Bitcoin, Venture Capital, and Game of Thrones, only because that's exactly what we were talking about
at lunch.
Eating healthy before doing this. So Matthew Lake joined. What's up, Matthew?
What's up, Matt?
So guys, when you join the Facebook Live, just tell us what city and state Matt Beyondroot joined as well. What's up, Matt? His old high school buddy.
High school buddy?
Yeah.
Cool.
So we're building the audience. Okay. So. All right, so and the reason why we're talking about all these things today is also because Joe here is quite a financial wizard.
The resident expert here.
And my hat off to you, sir.
That's a little generous.
No, you've done some pretty cool things in the world of equity, right? Equity, stock market. How many years into it are you now?
Oh, yeah. So I'm 8.5 years into it.
8.5 years into it.
So, the competition keeps getting more and more fierce.
So Matt Beyondroot says, all right, guys, so if you've got questions about investing in the stock market, when to get in, when to get out, tips and tricks.
What I wanted to say before, and then you wanted to bring this to your Facebook Live, was about when I was thinking about Bitcoin, and I didn't really understand Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Of course, and so I didn't invest in it at $1. I didn't invest. How did we go out?
Nope, we're in.
I didn't invest in it at $200. I didn't invest in it at $600 like you did, and of course I'm still not in it at $3,500, wherever it is now. But when I was talking to the bodyguard, the Winklevoss twins, who he claims own 8% of Bitcoin now. He was telling me when I was thinking about the Winklevoss twins, I was like, well, that's really where Bitcoin's getting a lot of its value from. These people that are building all of these online companies where you can use Bitcoin. And then, of course, the people that are building connections with actual live brick and mortar retail stores. Yep. And so that's where it's getting its value. So what I think is what I'm thinking is that the next coin that does really well is going to be the one that has a lot of people not just investing in it, but actually trying to make it something that everyone uses for actual real goods.
All right, I'm going to stop you right now. We're just going to take a comment from Yasmin. What's up, Yasmin? How you doing? She's probably getting ready for the burn. She says, hey, I hold either Ether, Ethereum, and Bitcoin and run a syndicate that invests in blockchains and ICOs. P.S. I wonder how many people have named their babies Arya lately. Is that the Game of Thrones?
Yeah, that's right.
So anyways, by the way, we are big Game of Thrones fans.
Never seen it. I'm going to come clean.
He's never seen Game of Thrones. And at lunch, we were geeking out while he was completely
I was just silent.
trying to follow, but he has no idea what was going on. But anyways, we're going to get to Game of Thrones, Yasmin. But by the way, she's not kidding. She really knows her Bitcoin stuff.
Down there it says ClickCoin.
I don't know about that. But Renato Barros is joining us from Madeira, Portugal.
Oh,
Portugal. He is the prince of an island called Pontina. And so everybody check out Pontina. We have Prince Renato Barros joining us all the way from Portugal. So we're international right now.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So we're broad reach. We're global.
I don't speak Portuguese, so I'm sure he speaks English very well.
So we're going to try to get here. That's his principality.
Oh, yeah.
He bought the island, and it's disputed land. So he's now the prince of it, and it's no longer belongs to Portugal. So anyways, we're going to talk a little bit about Bitcoin. We're going to get into Game of Thrones later and investing in general. Robert Lang wants to know, what about AI, artificial intelligence? So Robert, we'll do a whole Facebook Live dedicated to AI. I don't think you guys necessarily. I mean, maybe you're interested.
No, I know a little bit about it.
AI
I was actually at the Y Combinator startup conference. My previous job, we did a bunch of investments in kind of AI and ML. For those who don't know, artificial intelligence and machine learning are kind of two buzzwords that you hear from startups a lot lately, and it's kind of hard to tell, at least initially, who's contending and who's pretending. But yeah, I think we should definitely do a big conversation about that another time.
By the way, everybody in the Facebook universe, this guy just came on the market.
Not in that way.
I think in both ways. So, ladies, he's on the market in that way, but your background's finance, investing, capital. You're with a VC,
big family office.
So if anybody wants to swoop up some talent, by the way, shoot me a private message. I'll get you connected.
Move to any city at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, but you're going to stay here. You're going to only LA interest only.
Okay.
But he probably would.
Yeah,
all right.
He prefers a seven-figure salary, but he's only taking he has to. It's negotiable.
So anyways, Yasmin says, I can't say that word on Facebook Live, but she says that coin is a real thing.
Oh, really?
And it democratizes webcam models, but want to make clear that I am not an investor. Okay,
wow. So that is a real thing.
So if anybody is interested in cryptocurrencies that have industry-specific application, is basically what she's talking about.
That makes sense.
That's interesting. Yeah. It's like a currency for an industry. Like you could have like the sheet metal workers coin. Mm-hmm. You could have an energy coin. For her, this is a cryptocurrency.
I think your hummingbirds want a coin.
Well,
they want one where they can. Well, they get the sugar water for free.
You could have. Okay, check this out, nerds. You could have a cryptocurrency for wildlife and environment preservation, and just make a percentage of the ICO go towards automatically go towards just funnel right into organizations that, yeah, you can basically create an initial coin offering for anything. I could have Michael coin.
If you want to tune into Facebook Live with Michael,
I could have Michael coin. I could have a coin that would be worth 0.000 pennies right now, and I could offer it to everybody, and you could buy the Michael coin. But the reason why it's an innovation is because it gets around a lot of the fundraising snags. Yeah. So instead of raising money for your company, you can do an initial coin offering, right? People invest through the coin, then you own your own digital currency, and it's maybe furthering a goal or a company or a.
And are you really obligated to anything too? Because I guess like people could just have coin offerings like for their future like earnings.
Yeah,
and then they say, oh yeah, I'll give you a percentage of my future earnings.
I don't know the laws. I don't know all 100% of the laws. I'd say ask Yasmin. Yasmin, are you around to like take questions later if people want specific legal? Look, there's a bunch of guys out there. My buddy Joby Weeks, who's amazing. He's a big Bitcoin guy. You can ask him stuff. We have more people joining the Facebook Live now. Sal Garcia joined. Joshua Chen joined. Ali Billard. Guys, let us know city and state where you're tuning in.
Where are you at?
So, okay. So back to, Joe, back to your question about like the price. I started getting interested in it at 220.
And why?
Because a lot of my friends were really smart and they were getting into Bitcoin. And also the one big reason is because Bitcoin as a currency has a fixed denominator. So unlike the US paper dollar, where you can just keep printing more and more,
but you can keep creating more and more cryptocurrencies. So So it's still
but not Bitcoin specifically. So Bitcoin specifically will only have so many Bitcoins, and the denominator won't, at a certain point, won't move much, right? So it's a stable currency. It's a stable form of wealth because you're not just going to overnight print a bunch more Bitcoin and then devalue everybody who has Bitcoin. But with the U.S. paper dollar, if you have U.S. paper dollars and the government just prints a bunch more dollars, your relative wealth has shrunk. So one of the reasons why I like Bitcoin, when I learned about it and I got in it, I liked it because as a currency, it's like gold. It's way more. Bitcoin is way more like gold than it is the U.S. dollar.
You just insulate yourself from that.
Right. Because once the Earth only has so much gold. It's a fixed amount.
But we can actually use gold for actual physical. Sexual physical attributes, right? Like with circuitry and other things, which we can't do with Bitcoin. So
true, that is true. But I'm pretty sure that the computing, like when you're mining Bitcoin, I think that does serve a functional purpose. The computers are like crunching. I think they're like
they're solving
equations.
Yeah,
so they're doing something, and I think you could make that do more and more and more productive things over time, because essentially you're just using computing power to.
Well, I think everything they do productively is just for Bitcoin. I think it just strengthens the security of the blockchain. I guess. I don't know.
Heard that.
Sal Garcia is joining us from Fremont, California. Guys, be like Sal. Let us know for city and state from where you're tuning in from. Sal Garcia says value is also based on acceptance.
Yeah.
Just like anything in our world, right? The stock market. Right, it's essentially faith.
Yeah. So that's why I'm thinking the next coin to invest in, if it's not going to be Bitcoin, is the one that if you can try to predict that it's going to get acceptance. Or so I'm thinking if you follow let's say Elon Musk all of a sudden starts really supporting one, or let's say Apple does, or if you can figure out which one Apple's going to support, then that's
Apple
what you should jump
with
on.
That,
right?
yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. So with ICOs, anybody can create their own currency, and so the market is just betting on how much acceptance, like Sal said, how much acceptance that currency will have. So since Bitcoin was the first and the market leader, they have the most faith. They have the most acceptance.
Right. So medium term, are we thinking like 3 to 5 coins kind of rise to power, or is it going to continue to be a multitude of fragmented small player?
I'd like to know. I'd like to know what everyone's thought is of where Bitcoin's going to go. Like how much higher will it go?
So what are we at right now?
In the next,
Current
let's
day,
say
35?
5 years. In 5 years from now, how much will Bitcoin be worth in dollars? Should we just do like a little survey?
Anywhere between zero.
Yeah, throw it out. Yeah.
5 years from now, how much in U.S. dollars? How much will one Bitcoin be worth? Is the question. If everyone wants to type in their answers.
That's right, and we're looking right here when we're talking to.
Okay.
So good eye contact. you want people to know,
like an interview, like a job interview.
Yeah, that you're trustworthy and that you're not going to steal their dog while they're sleeping. So Sal Garcia says the U.S. dollar is accepted everywhere. Okay, let's talk about that. So a currency starts off being obscure, and then over time it starts becoming accepted in more and more places, right? So I guess you could say the same thing about the paper dollar. At some point, everyone was on gold, exchanging gold coins. A government introduced this thing called a note, or the paper dollar. Some places didn't take it. Some places were gold only.
Mm-hmm. Those are I think it was like what too hard to carry gold and too hard to
store.
Yeah.
So some people didn't take it. Some people did, and I'm sure somebody out there knows how long it took to go from a coin gold silver based economy where people were actually exchanging gold and silver coins to like notes where somebody got the note and goes, oh yeah, that's worth this much gold, and then all of a sudden everyone was accepting
a true medium of exchange. Yeah.
My guess would be that time was way longer than it's going to take for everyone to accept Bitcoin, because things move faster now and it's digital, right? So globalization should be pretty easy, right? If people start figuring out how to accept Bitcoin, like shops and stuff like that, it'll scale pretty quickly. That's when the numbers get really big.
So what do you think? What do you think Bitcoin will be worth in 5 years?
Austin Reed, Sal Garcia, Trung Nguyen. We want to hear from you. How much do you think Bitcoin? I'm not going to make a prediction.
It's not fun.
I'm not going to, but I want the audience to.
So right now we have 2 viewers. Is that right?
No, this updates very slowly. I don't know why.
Okay,
but
got it.
It's usually a lot more. So.
What is the entity backing Bitcoin?
Humans.
It's humans. Okay.
Human consensus, global consensus. I guess it's the same.
But it's like basically, I look at it right now though, it's kind of like, it's like we're kind of like backing the Winklevoss twins because like they own, I wonder if they own the most. I guess they own 8% of it. That's what this one guy told me.
So is it realistic in any case for Bitcoin to be shut down by the government?
Could happen.
Is that a real risk, would you say?
Could
Where
happen.
the government just pulls especially if you think after that debacle of the Silk Road and all that, where people were buying and selling illegal firearms, drugs, what have you.
It could happen. It
right,
would have
that was
to be,
a huge issue. The Silk Road.
You'd have
Somebody might be
to
familiar with that.
have to do it the legitimate way, though. Someone would have to propose a bill. Someone would have to, you have to debate it in Congress. The president would have to sign off on it. I mean, it would be a big long process, and I think there's a lot of folks out there who already believe that ship has sailed. That there's just too much global momentum behind it right now, where legislation will be in regulating it, not in
just deleting it.
I mean, what do I know? But that's the experts out there are pretty certain that it's here to stay. So Jimmy, how do you say his last name? Wildbecker joins us. Jimmy, City and State. We're fielding questions, anything having to do with investing, finance, Bitcoin, and then we'll get to Game of Thrones. We'll get to Game of Thrones
left and right
in just a
GOT.
bit. I think people joining are like, yeah, okay, get through the finance stuff. I want to talk
GOT
about
updates here.
But I let the audience
dictate where the conversation goes.
If they're like, that's enough Bitcoin, like that's enough finance, it's Wednesday.
I was thinking,
your character analysis.
I think Facebook Live is so great for you, Michael, because like you definitely want to like communicate with people all the time. And like, so if Samantha's feeling like just kind of like being like to herself, doesn't really feel like talking, you just talk to all your Facebook audience. So Samantha probably loves Facebook Live.
Educate, learn things.
This is like picking up the phone and calling someone with like 15 other people on the line.
Yeah,
like kind of
what it is.
in and like
Checking in.
Checking
in. But guys,
you should text Samantha and have her join.
Yeah. So Balshander, that was a tough one.
Yeah.
Joins the Facebook Live, and of course we're talking about Bitcoin and finance and investing in the stock market. Can I ask you a quick stock market question?
What's that?
So for novices out there, for people who have never even like bought a stock, or what are just like one or two principles that like any beginner investor who wants to maybe take some of their cash, because essentially what you're doing is you're hedging against the US dollar. Like you're like moving your paper dollars into either Bitcoin or maybe you're buying some equities. Like
so why did you buy stocks?
Or should you even buy?
Or should you even like what does the beginner need to know? Let's say somebody has $5,000 and it's just sitting in the bank. Should they keep the whole $5,000 in there? Mm-hmm. Should they put a little of it into the stock market? How much of their cash net worth?
Allocation.
Should they allocate?
Yeah, I guess the simplest way to think about it, and I'm not sure I'll go into more depth in this, is just like if you look at like all the assets in the world and what their value is, and I guess if you look at the stock market, let's say it's stock market, let's say it's worth like I don't know what it is, but let's say it's 10 trillion, right? And let's say all the assets in the world are worth 20 trillion. So then that basically would tell you to put half of your money into stocks. That's one way of looking at it.
50%.
50% of your money. If it's 50% of all the assets, put 50% of your money into it. That's one way of doing it.
So if your monthly costs,
so right now Bitcoin's worth I think 50 billion. So it'd almost be like, well, what's 50 billion out of everything that's out there, and that's how much of your money should be in it. That's one way of looking at it. Oh. And there's a few ways of looking at it, but look at what's liquid or anything else is. But
so let's think about this for a second. So what percentage of the audience right now do you think has 50% of their bank like their cash in the stock market, I would probably say way less.
Yeah. Oh, you think so?
I would say way less. I would say
house. Obviously, people's houses they usually have a lot.
But even let's just talk about cash in the bank versus your percentage of cash versus stock. My guess would be the consensus out there is that you should have more cash. That's my guess. Is the average person believes more in cash, safe, probably only has maybe 10 or 10
to 15% was my range. Yeah, that I would have thought.
So now, what would history indicate? History indicates how would you perform?
Well, there are a lot of metrics on that though. I mean, the metrics I've seen say that I have 6 months worth of what your spending is in cash. So then after if we take out that 6 months of spending in cash, we subtract that, and then we say what people have in cash and stocks. That'd be more interesting. David, and then when we ask you guys, what do you guys have? Percentage cash and percentage stocks?
David Luliani joins the Facebook Live from Moscow, Russia.
Oh wow, that's an Italian last name, right?
He may or may not be meeting with Putin. I'm not allowed to say. Aaron Hampton joins the Facebook Live. Lauren Bredmore joins the Facebook Live. She's an amazing tennis player.
Oh, she play against Brett.
Yes, that's a doubles match.
Yeah.
We got
Lauren. We've got 3 players here. We need a fourth.
That's on you. Start working on that,
guys. We're opening it up. Anybody who wants to ask questions or make a statement or say something. We're talking stock market. We're talking finance. We're talking Bitcoin. We're going to talk about venture capital in just a little bit, and then we're going to close off with Game of Thrones.
Everybody's favorite.
Game of Thrones. I'm a huge fan. I don't know about you guys out there, but if you're fans, we're gonna get into some stuff. We're gonna get into some
character
analysis, and
I'm big predictions.
I'm big into the character archetypal
development.
What's their motivation? I think that's the
what are they likely to do?
Yeah, I think that's the genius behind Game of Thrones.
I think it's crazy how much every character's been through. It's you look like Tyrion Lannister, and then you're looking like either the Stark sisters. It's just insane.
The character
who's been through the most? I don't know. I don't even know what to say.
Arya.
Just
you think Arya?
Emotional trauma or physical?
But how about Tyrion? I mean, Tyrion's been through a lot. Tyrion was fighting in one war. He got trampled.
Sal Garcia has never seen one episode of
come on, Sal.
Sal, you're a kindred soul. I have not seen one either.
It's good to have you here because
I'll give Sal my password to HBO now just so you can watch one episode.
Sal, I will give you my credentials as well. You can do this for free. We will support you.
Yeah.
We will
HBO told us we could do this. They gave us permission.
We will support you through your journey. That's what friendship's all about. Is ushering. We'll hold your hand. Through every season.
And you'll be a better person for it?
You'll be a way better person. Jan Immer joins the Facebook Live. Renato Barros Prince.
And Sal does not want you to hold his hand.
Wow, Sal
says no thanks. He is no go on the GOT. Okay. No throw.
Maybe by the end of the conversation he might rethink, but you never know.
Aaron Schumann joins the conversation. Okay, so
how do you know when people drop off? Because it still says 3 eyes, so people are getting on, getting off. Right?
Getting on, getting off.
Because what do you think they're doing? Do you think they're probably watching Game of Thrones? they're probably jumping on and saying,
absolutely.
You know what? The more we watch that, the less Game of Thrones you can watch. So
Facebook's going to figure out the average, but I would bet you the average person joins a Facebook Live, watches for 30 seconds to a minute.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's short.
Yeah,
and I like that.
So we all have ADD at this point. We all have ADD.
Yeah, the attention span.
And that's kind of great too because it's you can plug in. Here's what
sampling.
Yeah, it's if you have to commit to a networking event, think of that. You've got to put pants on.
That's a lot to ask. Yeah,
you've got to leave your house.
Yeah, none of us are wearing pants right now.
You got to bring business cards.
The cameras to go lower than the table.
You got to bring business cards. You got to do all, and then you've got to sit there and drink wine and eat bad cheese.
Schmooze it up
for an hour. Here. You can see if it's interesting, make a comment, connect with somebody, and leave. It's quick, fast, instantaneous. I think it's perfect, right? It's and then we can interact with people who actually are like, oh, I like this topic. I want to,
Because you have to have thick skin though watching it, because you're like, why these people leave? They were watching me and now they're not watching me anymore. Like,
You don't take it personally?
Yeah, you can't take it personally.
Like,
You don't take it personally. You're watching. Yeah.
think of it this way: the three of us would be sitting here talking about these things without the Facebook Live, right?
That's
now,
true.
Now they get to benefit.
yeah, we're just opening our
I like to say
door.
benefit.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
We're opening our door and we're letting people join. Derek, join.
Houston?
Houston.
What's up, my man? You from Houston or?
Houston, we have no problems.
No.
Problems.
Zero problems. All right,
I actually like this stuff too.
back to Bitcoin, because I think it's buzz. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone wants to kind of know. Look, will it have a huge spike like it has had? Probably not. I mean, how can you sustain that
kind of
hockey
growth
stick?
rate.
That hockey stick growth
Right?
rate.
Law of large numbers. Right.
I don't know either, but Bitcoin's already baffled me.
But is it a good investment?
Right now. I mean, today.
Probably.
So then why'd you sell?
I sold because I saw the dip coming, and it did dip, but then I didn't see the
Rebound.
rebound. I didn't see the rebound coming.
Sorry.
I saw the dip. I got out before the dip.
But I'd have to drop by like 30% to be back to where you sold at. So
Yeah. So,
I
but
don't know.
what's the old saying? Bears make money, bulls make money, pigs get slaughtered. I don't want to be too
Yeah.
too.
And I heard Steph Curry. He said his dad taught him never to count another man's money.
I like that. I just
So that's why I try to say all the time to not prevent me from buying into it.
Yeah. But I mean, look.
Did you open a Coinbase account? How did you store your Bitcoin?
Yeah.
In Coinbase.
Coinbase.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I need to do that then. I need to open up a Coinbase
Yeah,
account.
I bought Bitcoin. I bought Ethereum.
Do you still own like Ethereum?
A little bit.
A little bit.
I own a little Ethereum
Yeah.
and a little Bitcoin.
I
But
need to get on that. Did you convince your dad to buy any?
I'm
Someone convince
not. We're not going into
Not gonna
there.
disclose
Not
that.
going to disclose that. Sal Garcia says huge spike like Beanie Babies. Okay, he's calling it a fad.
He's calling
That's
it
true.
fad.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe time will tell. Maybe it is a fad. If it's a fad, it'll be of interest and
It'll
then
blow
it'll go
up and
away,
disappear.
and a lot of wealth will get just kind of fizzle.
Yeah.
People who made $30 million in Bitcoin will
God.
go back to work.
I know, right?
they'll go back to their 9 to 5, and life is good.
I think it's safe to say we're all jealous of all the people that bought it like at $1
Of course we
for
are.
like
Yeah, we're like, how do they? Yeah.
$1,000, and now
Absolutely.
they've got a few million for $1,000.
Carla, Marissa, if you guys are joining the Facebook Live, city and state, let us know where you're tuning in from. Also, guys, engage. Ask questions. Sal, thank you so much for your interaction, because and my theory, and I've said this for a long time, Facebook Lives are more about the community than it is about us. If it was about us, it would just be a video. We would just film a video and put it out there. But so this is, in real time.
Okay, it's about like
That's
look
true.
at their comments.
So all right, so with Bitcoin, no, I don't think you're going to have the huge growth that you had the last year. I think it'll be slower. Is it still a good investment? Probably.
But the other thing too is I'm hearing people talk about Bitcoin that would have never talked about Bitcoin before, like just like housewives and stay-at-home moms. Does that happen on the trip, right? With Amy. Amy's talking about it, and she's basically like a housewife. Well, she does have a job.
People that you wouldn't think.
You'd
would
never
be
think she'd
in the
know
know.
about Bitcoin. Like she's actually considering buying Bitcoin. That's kind of the scary thing, because you kind of wonder, like,
Broad
okay,
reach,
can Bitcoin go a lot higher? And it's like, I mean, if everyone,
But
and
that's
then you got people that are hoarding Bitcoin,
Yeah.
and then that cuts down the supply. So it's, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
that's still kind of like market speculation. I'll tell you what will be like real triggering events is when Bitcoin is accepted as a real currency, like cash or credit card or debit card, or that's when the whole landscape changes.
Yeah.
Because right now, Sal's right. It's hyped. It's a craze. Everyone's talking about it. But as an infrastructure, as something real in our world, if hotels and airlines and if all these places start accepting Bitcoin, then it's just like it's real currency. It's like the yen, or it's like pesos. Or
And I'll tell you this, being for you guys who don't know, I used to be a professional online poker player for a while. And I've noticed that a lot of sports betting sites, poker sites, a lot of them are moving to Bitcoin as their primary way to deposit and cash out.
Okay, I don't know actually.
Probably given the
Like poker
anonymous, exactly, given
They use
the
it?
anonymous feature of it and all the crazy gambling laws across different countries. A lot of people are using Bitcoin.
Sal
Yeah,
Garcia
that's
is saying a huge point of inflection will be when credit card companies accept it as payment. That's true, right? So again, it's legitimizing the currency. Just like the yen is legitimate, or the peso, or the, look at Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe had a legitimate currency until it didn't.
I want to know, does Sal own any Bitcoin?
Probably not.
Probably not. No.
No Game of Thrones. No Bitcoin. But he's interacting. I like that. You gotta love that. Adam Swickle says, if.
It's not relevant. Doesn't seem relevant.
All right, so Adam's upset that he didn't buy any Bitcoin.
Oh,
got it.
Adam's upset that he didn't
jump in.
capitalize, but
Okay.
a lot of us didn't. A lot of us didn't. When you think about how currencies have evolved over time, the two traits that are very common is the currency gets lighter, meaning like easier to exchange.
In the physical sense.
Yeah. So
Okay.
think about it. So think about you first had a goat.
For bartering.
For bartering. That was very difficult to exchange. What was lighter? Gold. Gold and coins. What was lighter than that? Notes. Paper. What's lighter than that? Digital.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Virtually.
So number one, a currency goes the way of it's lighter. So it's got that going for it. And number two, currency goes in the way of how widespread can it be? So for instance, Bitcoin could become a global currency, which would be bigger than a country having a whole currency for the country, as opposed to a tribe or a city having their own little. You see what I'm saying? It goes from city and tribe to.
So you're saying because Bitcoin's for the world.
That's the way it goes.
That's a scary thing to think about. How big Bitcoin can get.
Think about all those cultures where they had their own little shells.
Yeah.
And just for that tribe, those shells were their money, right? And then someone's like, we could have money for our whole country, and it would be ubiquitously accepted. Well, Bitcoin's just saying, we could have a currency for the whole world, and it can be. So it goes town, nation, global.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the final frontier, right?
No, absolutely. That's why I'm like, you just kind of wonder, like, how much higher can it go?
So it's got those two things going for it. It's following the natural evolution of how currency has evolved over time. It's lighter, and it's scalable, bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yep.
And you can't get bigger than the whole world. So a currency accepted everywhere around the world is enormous. And until we get other planets,
that's where we are.
That's where we're at with that. So Sal said no. He is not.
Bitcoin.
He is not.
No,
into
not Bitcoin. Okay.
Gyro Taylor just joined. So I want to go back to. I was actually fascinated with like some of the investing for beginners. So 50% of your cash. So if I had $5,000 in the bank, take 2,500 of that, put it into the stock market.
Well, I think they say you should have 6 months worth of your spending in cash. So take that out. So have that as a safety net first in cash,
Pull
and then
that
after
out.
that.
So say he has $5K left
and
after
then,
that.
Yeah, and the rest I guess would be in stocks. That's one way of saying it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so hold on. So 6 months worth of spending, put that off to the side in cash. Don't touch it.
Well, we were talking about this before, Michael, too, and you're saying like how like you think time is going faster and faster. I mean, it's definitely crazy living in this day and age, like how quickly things are changing. So like, like back in the day, like one I think article I read that was really interesting was how like when Amazon IPO'd back in the I think it was like late 90s. I think its market cap was like 300 million, right? And now you're looking at a company that's worth I don't know at least a few hundred billion. So it's gone up over 1,000x, right? But now you look at companies like Facebook, and when they IPO'd, I think its market cap's around 100 billion or something. Now it's right. How is it going to become worth 100 trillion? Right, so like a lot of these huge increases are now you're seeing them in startups, which is why I've already changed my portfolio to include a ton of startups, and that's where I'm really focusing in on now. So it's kind of.
By the way, entrepreneurs, startup founders, get in touch with this guy. Send him your startup, your pitch deck. Send him your opportunities. He's looking for deals.
All right.
Okay, so how about this? How about this question then? So let's say you are in the stock market. Okay, optimization. Right now, how do you optimize? What are the good safe? Not safe, but like what are the good plays right now?
In U.S. stocks?
In U.S. stocks.
Well, I think it's just indexing. I mean, I think indexing is the key. It's really simple.
And for people,
which also makes it kind of boring.
For people who don't know what indexing is.
Yeah, just basically, you put your money in every single stock by a percentage of
S&P.
Yeah, the S&P 500 is basically an index. Yeah, and it's market cap weighted. So if a stock's got the market cap, so when let's say like all the stocks together, you take all their market caps and it's 100 billion, and there's one stock that's got $1 billion market cap, and you put 1% of your money in the company that's got $1 billion market cap.
Gyro joined. Cody Clark joined, Mike Hogan joined. We are talking finance, investing, Bitcoin, and now we're going to get into the fun stuff.
Yeah, let's do it. I think we've got a class pass to get to.
Now we're getting into Game of Thrones, and then we're going to wrap it up real quick. All right, so Game of Thrones, guys, if you're fans, chime in here. We are now on.
Well, I was one of the questions I was ever Game of Thrones for people is who do you think is going to win it all? Like, you think which if there's one person that becomes like the king or queen or dragon god or whatever god, animal god. Who do you think is good? So Michael, I know obviously you love it. This is your life. Who do you think is going to get it all?
Samuel Tully.
Wow, that's what?
I'm just kidding.
No, I mean it's a possibility because he's a lot like George R.R. Martin.
That's
right.
That's
you almost wonder if it's going to be.
He's kind of big.
Yeah.
He's really smart.
Loves to read.
Reads a lot. He's just going to fool everybody. He's going to pull a little finger on everybody, and he's just going to
just get it all.
Just get it all. He's got this. He's been formulating it in the background the whole time. No, I don't really think so.
So who do you think it will be?
I think everybody is expecting it to be
Khaleesi.
Daenerys Targaryen, Mother of Dragons, Breaker of Chains.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's Martin's style.
I think it's too simple too.
I think it's too simple.
Yeah.
She's
gonna die somehow, right?
I think it's too simple. I think it's too expected. For him, a lot of what makes the show so special is that he's able, after the surprise happens, everybody who's been a fan of the show goes, of course.
Yeah.
They didn't see it along the way. But then when it happens and they think about it, it was there the whole time. The hints were there, the leading up to it. He's a genius. I mean, he's a genius in setting that up so that after, it's a big surprise when it happens, but then upon reflection, you're like, makes total sense. So I don't think I'm a big enough expert to know what exactly that is, but I will say that I think it's going to be like that. It's going to be a big surprise. And
we're all going to say, "Oh wow!"
We're all going to say, "Oh, you know what? Actually,
makes 100% sense."
Like for instance, here's an example. It could be Bran. Bran is now the three-eyed raven.
Yeah.
And Bran knows everything about everything. So when Tywin was talking to the little boy king, he said, "What makes the best ruler? Is it being religiously zealous? No. Is it being the best warrior? No. Is it being the best?" Remember, he went through that all. What was the answer? Wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay, I forgot. One was
wisdom.
When was that?
Tywin, the grandfather, was talking to the new boy king.
Yeah, that's right, Tywin. Yeah.
Who just took over once Joffrey died.
Okay.
And what did he say was what makes the best ruler?
The wisdom. That's what it was.
Wisdom.
I forgot
and who right now has more wisdom than Bran?
Oh, because he's seen everything?
No, he knows everything about everyone. He's seen everything. I mean, wouldn't that be cool if a cripple takes maybe he's the wisest and the most neutral. Maybe Martin's going to put wisdom on the throne.
It's a possibility. I see she dies.
Adam Swickle says, who's she?
Khaleesi.
Oh, yes. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
all right,
Khaleesi.
so he's saying Khaleesi dies. She's reckless. Okay. What do you think?
What I think? I actually think it's going to be. I'm thinking just because I've heard other people say this. I think maybe Tyrion. I think that'd be great just to see the little imp
Yeah.
rule it all. Plus, he's been through so much. Like everyone's hated on him. He's got nothing going for him. But I have a feeling that whoever wins it all is going to be someone that's similar to George R. Martin because he's going to want. That's why the
Samuel Tully.
Maybe he'll win it all. I didn't even think about that.
He's gonna pull like a little finger.
So a lot of people have said just because because obviously he's the one. Well, but then again, like is this ending going to be the same as the books? We don't know that either because this actually maybe it's more about what are the producers' names again? I'm trying to think.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's more about what the producers want and what they're like. But they seem a little more conniving, so maybe it'll be Littlefinger. I feel like the producers will be Littlefinger that wins it all.
Well, then again, in the folklore of Game of Thrones, let's ask this question. Historically, who has risen to power and maintained the seat? Targaryen did it with dragons, so that's kind of by force. The Lannisters, who are kind of shrewd and manipulative. And,
well, it's supposed to be the Baratheons. And the Lannisters, but the Lannisters just...
And the most recent, Baratheon, did it with, like, major force. Remember, he kind of, he did it out of just, like, anger and retribution for the Targaryen taking Lyanna. So, historically speaking, it's the guy who's got the most military power.
She's reckless, dragon, Mike. I have...
Adam Strickle says, I have Marriott reviewing... Oh, cool. Awesome. Good job, Adam. That's unrelated.
Awesome. Yeah.
Unrelated.
All right, so you're a novice. You don't know Game of Thrones. What do you know about it?
I'm thinking about getting into it. The one thing I worry about is it seems very, very, very intense, and I don't know if I'm emotionally prepared for that.
It is. It's intense.
A lot of death, a lot of crazy scenes. I feel like I really.
A lot of very traumatic experiences.
Yes, and that
the most
as someone who doesn't like to be jarred too easily.
What do you think what was the most traumatic experience for you, Michael? I was saying too much just in case Brett watches it.
I'm not going to give it away for the people who haven't.
Who was involved in it? Just one person involved. It's probably the same one I'm thinking of.
Catelyn Stark.
That scene was? Okay, that wasn't the most traumatic for me.
What were you thinking of?
I was thinking of one that involved the mountain.
Oh,
I thought that was the most dramatic.
All right, so the Game of Thrones fans know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
When the trial by.
Yes. I thought that was the most dramatic. I thought
into the shot here.
the one you said might have been the saddest.
Yeah. Okay.
That was the most gloomy, but I think the one. No, so now you change your answer. Was mine the most shocking or yours now?
That was the most gruesome.
Okay.
But I was legitimately shocked. With Catelyn Stark. And Robb Stark and his wife, and the wife's
You'll be pregnant.
Pregnant wife.
Right.
No, I'm sticking with it. That was the most shocking. Most gruesome, hands down. The mountain and the trial by.
No, not necessarily. I don't want to say most. I want to say most traumatic. Which one is most likely to give you a nightmare?
That.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
most traumatic.
That'll stick in your visual memory cortex.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. The most traumatic scene I think though is by far that. And of course, some other.
But here's the other thing about Game of Thrones.
We should have put spoiler for Game of Thrones. We should put spoiler alert.
We're doing a good job.
Yeah,
we're not giving out too much. So Marissa joins the Facebook Live. What's up, Marissa?
Now is this your sister?
That's my sister.
Hey.
Oh, okay. How's it going?
Is that Michael's sister?
Yeah, Marissa, where are you joining in from? City and state. You have to do that. That's the game. So here's something interesting to think about. People have asked me why get into Game of Thrones? I haven't started.
It's a big time commitment.
It's a big time commitment,
right?
Here's what I believe. I think you can learn a lot about people. I think Martin's a genius. I really do think he understands people and human nature really, really well. So I've kind of said that you can get 3 lifetimes worth of experience by just watching all these other people make mistakes. It's fiction, but he's tapped into how stuff works in the real world. If he wasn't, there wouldn't be that many fans out there. It would be too unbelievable. Or it would be you couldn't connect with it.
It would be only fantasy nerds.
Exactly. It'd be too the reason why everyone's so connected with it is because it's real from the perspective of how humans deal with certain extreme circumstances, which you can then apply to circumstances that aren't so extreme, but the human nature is the same. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just trying to think if I actually learned about human nature from watching Game of Thrones, though.
I did.
I don't know. I don't know. Like at least whenever I watch TV, I don't take a lot out of TV. I don't like remember a lot of scenes. I don't remember a lot of what happened.
I never did until Game of Thrones.
Until Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Because I never thought anything was like nothing really had like that great of like the writer wasn't that good. I think Martin's that good. I think he's a genius at understanding like characters.
I think it's just entertaining as hell. I think that's really what. Yeah, I think that's really what it does.
So you're for the entertainment.
Yeah, just really entertainment. But I was even going to say like
I'm there for the wisdom.
You're there for the wisdom.
Strategy, and I'm a strategy guy. So
you think some of these things are applicable to real life?
I do. I don't think it would be as successful if it wasn't giving people a morsel of truth. Because like that's really what people resonate with. Like in comedy, people laugh when it's true.
Yes.
And I think with Game of Thrones, people are resonating with like that's how people act under certain circumstances. Like there's a morsel of human nature in the characters.
Yeah.
What else do you want to know about GOT?
Yeah, I think I gotta just get started and take the plunge. You know.
I think you do. So I think we're down. So Michael, if I get this right, we're down to one viewer, and it happens to be your sister. Is that right? Or not necessarily.
It's a delay.
It screws up because then you're gonna see like at different times people posted stuff.
Yeah.
Not 100% in sync with what we were saying.
Okay.
But we are going to end this, and we're going to say that anybody who catches this on demand, still engage. Like if you have
more questions
or tips,
or you want to give
tricks,
Brett a job,
or if you're trying to pick up some talent. Also, these guys are in Santa Monica, Venice area. They're single ladies. So, anyways.
Again, Michael, I think you're just talking to your sister right now.
Very possibly. Take care.
All right, we'll see you guys.
That's it.
Bye.